Hey, what's going on? Well, it's been quite a few days since I posted anything here on this channel. Well, because there's always so much going on, and I'm trying to do so much in just such a little amount of time and stuff. And I wanted to just kind of talk a little bit about why I put out that video and said the things that I said, you know, of me just playing freely over that track on my stories on my other channel. If you haven't seen that one, I'll put the link down below. But it's because, you know, I wanted to address my concerns and I don't want to say fears, but things that held me back or weird things that would happen. Like in the instance of that, or for instance, that recording, the weirdest things in my life as a musician is because my whole life has really been structured around being a studio musician or in the studio musician and not a live musician. You know, I could sit here and play guitar, keys, or whatever, bass, you know, and just really buttery and have a really great time when I'm just staring off into space or maybe doing arrangements. But as soon as I put the pressure on to perform, like on a video, the weirdest things start to happen. It's like my hand, like all of a sudden gets tighter. It's not as fluid. I'm now all of a sudden conscious about how I look playing the instrument. You know, do I make weird faces or anything like that? And before you know it, I fold. And even on that video, you know, there's some clams in there for sure. You know, some notes that are, you know, out of the scale a little bit. You know, but I just by doing that though, here's the bigger story. It helped me break the ice in the screw it, I'm going to put it out there and see what happens kind of attitude in doing things on the internet. That being said, I'm creeping up on 2 years on my channel, on, you know, where all of us met on the Decomposer Lounge or the Key of Jeeves. And it's finally like come to my attention. It's like, you know, I'm not Rick Beato, I'm not Nick Nocturnal, I'm not, you know, all these people that are like kind of op-ed journalists and stuff, and they make money off ad revs off of videos that don't get copyright claims. And I figured, well, there's got to be something that I could do, you know, to be of service to people, but yet, you know, make some money. And then I look at it. My friend Mark's been helping me out with this, as well as, you know, family members. But, you know, I went to something called Fiverr or something, and look up at like music producers, people who would write music for you and stuff. And I went, that's kind of like, I get it, I understand those services, but that's kind of, maybe I would have done that 30 years ago or something like that. And I kind of came up with an idea of maybe being like a co-producer, wingman, motivator, like person, if you would. I don't want to say co-producer or something, but like I would do a program like for X amount of dollars, me and you or the artist to be or the songwriter or the composer or something, we actually Zoom, you know, right from square one. You know, we just, you know, like we do a couple little things and then we Zoom and we meet and we talk and we play your music and we dissect it, or where are you in the process, or what are your thoughts and where do you want to go, kind of being that mentor if people are just kind of hung out on their own. You know, they're writing music for the first time, or maybe they're a couple years into it and they find themselves kind of log jammed, you know. But I was like, well, no, I don't want to put that out there because, you know, who's going to want to take, you know, who's going to want to spend time or any money with me doing that? And, you know, Mark and family members are going, dude, you don't understand. You have wisdom goods. I mean, I knew it's wisdom goods more than being like, I've produced 500 hits and I've done this, you know. It's more of like, kind of like we say here in Hawaii, lomi, kind of massage out your creativity, you know, in sharing back and forth while we're on that Zoom session on one of your tracks, you know. Hey, what do you think about doing this? Maybe you want to do this or something. What would you think about changing this? Are you considering that kind of a thing? So that's what I was thinking of doing. But once again, I get overcome with, like, I could think about it on the fly. I could be wherever I am, go, wow, this could be really fun to have a good time. And then I start to get close to doing the video or something, and I get all clammed up, and I go, no, it's never going to work. And then I find every way to talk myself out of it. So I'm actually going to do this, I think, within a week or two. And I don't know how it's going to be received, but I can't worry, I guess, about that. That's what Mark's telling me and my family members and stuff, saying, you know, you just have to put it out there. But the breaking of the ice was that video of me saying, okay, I just have to turn on the music and let me just play live. And if I make mistakes, that's just what it is. And if I, and I know that might sound really lame and maybe a little immature and stuff, but I've never had to get outside of my comfort zone as a composer and just writing music and turning it in and getting, a couple dollars and be able to go surf or raise the family or, do the things that I do, so. But I'm looking forward to trying. I'm looking forward to putting out that video and seeing if anybody will come and hang out and, we'll have a nice session. Could you imagine me drop your song in my DAW or something, or I'll pick up my guitar or my bass and maybe play together. Hey, how about this? Try this kind of a thing. I don't know. I just feel that if I'm going to be an assist to anybody musically, it would be more of that, instead of the confines of I will do this service for you for this much and this is what it is, and then I'll own this much and you'll own this much, or I'll have these rights. No, I want to be that person. Say keep everything for yourself, but talk story. Let's do what we do and get to know each other and maybe find some gems and vice versa too. That kind of stuff works for me too. It's a two-way street a lot of times. I found as a producer in the 90s when I used to do a lot of people's standby. I used to do a lot of people's demos and stuff. There's times where I would learn things. So anyhow, I just thought I'd put that out there. It's long-winded. If you're still here, thank you. But this is a positive thing, and that's why I put it on the Positive Wave channel. That video was that, and now soon I'm going to release this or whatever that is. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but it's going to be coming in the next few weeks, and you'll see it soon. But it was an important step for me to do that little I guess, old man fusiony, bluesy, shreddy weirdness thing that I did. But I have a funny feeling I'll probably do a few more of those and maybe clean it up a little more and be a little more confident and choose some music that I can maybe fly and enjoy and have a better time artistically doing it. We'll talk about that one in another video. All right, you guys take care. Have a killer weekend. All right, see ya.